another cache. And what is the event? We have an event called Corrupted Caravan. Seems familiar. Could sacrifice some codes, some purging fires. We will definitely do that. We will be grabbing some blight rot in the process, but that's fine. The keywords here are reputation. That will allow us to fight the Queen's impatience. Plus it goes as 1 extra reputation point earned through the events. If we could open up the large abandoned cache and small abandoned cache, and they would count towards reputation points, we have a chance there. Okay, and one more thing is that we want to finish Into the Unknown to check out our next recipe. So biscuits and pies come to the table, but still no service buildings, which is a bit of a bummer. But biscuits and pies, who cares about pies? We have the lizards who care about pies. We already have biscuits, so it would just benefit the lizards. We cannot make pottery. Actually, we can make some pottery because we have access to clay on this map. So leather worker is similar to the weaver that we already have. Smelter would give us pies with a worse recipe than the bakery. And the brickyard would give us, again, like the same recipe as the pottery has on the bakery. Or we could just reroll. But I think the bakery could be good enough just for the pies and pottery parts. So let's grab it and build it. We'll build it somewhere nearby here. And do we have workers for it? Yes, 2 lizards are really eager to bake some pies. Is the recipe better in the bakery or the cookhouse for the biscuits? It's the same. Okay, so in here, just focus on the pies. Also focus on the pottery if possible. Let's make like 33 pottery. We'll think about biscuits later on. Okay, and the event. So we need somebody to make some purging fires. You 3 will be making some right away. And then as soon as we have 6 purging fires, we'll reassign 2 of the harpies into the Corrupted Caravan event. So clearance season has hit us. We are at level 6 hostility. Even if sacrificing maximum wood stacks, maybe we can keep it under 5 hostility at that point, but the services needs. So no problem, I guess, regarding the food consumption, even though we're low there as well, but this villagers dying, well, they have high percent extra chance of perishing. This might be something that kind of ends our run here. Okay, so we don't want to give away our reed. We can sell some more dye here. We don't want to give up any more leather because we're kind of running low on the stocks anyway. Now, how far are you with the purging fires? So as soon as this harpy finishes, I'll take them away from the light post. We will leave 1 harpy here though. We really need to stack up on wood. Which means that maybe I'll remove all the harpies from doing anything here. So we have 7 purging fires. I know this will spawn a bunch of blight rots. And the only thing that's on my mind is that perhaps okay, we need to start stockpiling wood, right? For this to happen, who has been consuming the planks, I wonder? So the planks have been consumed by the bakery for making it, I guess. Yeah. Is there anyone else that's consuming planks? So we have a bunch of planks being consumed by the weaver. Okay, what is going on in the weaver is that planks are consumed for making the training gear. How about we stop making any additional training gear? Yeah, because we have enough. Please do not keep anything here. So I will also... Okay, so we have a few more lizard houses, but they're already... Okay, they're still +2. So we'll grab one more resolve from the lizard houses, actually. Just thinking that we should probably disable, at least for the time being, the production of planks over here. Please, nobody use planks for the time being. We just have like 3 minutes to gather all the wood that we can. And herds, I think you should use oil instead of wood. It's still being produced at decent amounts, I hope. Well, ish. So right now it's all about the coats. Okay, so this trade route was not still good for us, and this corrupted caravan, things are being delivered to it. Once it gets started, it takes around 4 minutes. So we have 5 coats already delivered. The rest of the 10 that are needed are on the way. And then they can already get started. So yeah, it's really important not to lose villagers during the upcoming storm. We're already at level 6 hostility. I'm just gonna quickly do a check. If we sacrifice all of the wood, we will still be under 5. Okay. You know. The next trader that comes, do they bring tools? Doesn't say that they bring tools. A nice addition to our event resolution. Bronze seal. Let's say I'm a little bit concerned with our current positioning. We also have the haunted smelter here. That would just make our maybe pies again, but that's about it. The next recipe will get after 1.01 reputation gained. There's 2 trade routes again. I guess it's the both of them. Actually, sea marrows. We want to give some away? Yeah, sure. We want to keep our options open once the traders arrive. Okay, Blightrot Sister appeared. We have 1 purging fire. Still 3 minutes remaining. Every 120 seconds. How many appeared? Actually, it's 6 Blightrots. Okay, so this makes the situation even more interesting because we do need to make some of these purging fires. Can we make them out of something else? And we can use the sea marrows as well. Now the trader is here. What do you offer us? No service buildings? How about anything else useful, like something to burn in the hearth? Yeah, this trader is nothing useful for us at the time. Maybe some pottery or clay. So we have like 66 hammer, but nothing to use it with. Maybe we'll just unlock the secret firekeeper techniques. Because apparently we ran out of oil. But it's being made again. It's going to be close. So every 120 seconds, eh? So probably, yeah, a bunch of these purging fires will be needed. Now, beavers, we have 4 of them. Like, yeah, the next plague is going to be devastating in terms of the resolve numbers. So no matter what, it will be interesting. Now the question is, how long can we keep sacrificing the wood in the hearth to keep the resolve below level 5 or hostility below level 5? We'll do it as long as we can. Probably we'll move the woodcutters a little bit closer to the base. Also, let's build some road over here. We still have 1 available builder. And regarding these bonuses, yeah, it's our problem will probably maybe be also the leaving part, but first one is that we will run out of wood probably before the end of the storm. So 2 minutes, 110 wood. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Trade routes? Anyone? Don't want to give away any of this stuff. I think our herb garden needs to produce some herbs again. We're running low. Especially because I believe they're used for biscuits now. Okay, you can see the wood numbers going down. But also being rebuilt. This woodcutter sprayer is somewhat helping at the moment. So quarter through, and we're also like kind of quarter through our wood stockpiles. Impatience is at 12.85. We'll get rid of 1. Well, we'll gain 1 more reputation from here. The event. Like 1 minute and 20 seconds. Now is the time to likely... Not sure we will be using our bonus just yet. Because we can play around. The storm season is only like... How much? 1 more minute? Yeah, okay, we still need to stop the harpies from leaving because they're so negative that even if we favor them, they're not gonna be good. Let's make them leave the town 50% slower. The ominous music, right? So one thing I'm thinking about is that if we just do a kind of a glade rush for the reputation points, but even then we have the 3rd level of the seal remaining here. And I'm not sure what was the 3rd level about. Like what the tasks there were, because if they were tricky ones, we will be struggling with making them in time. Okay, so how are you doing, harpies? 30 seconds, 28 seconds. So interesting situation, eh? We have 4 sea marrow. If we sacrifice the sea marrow, what's gonna happen? Can we make it so that this event finishes in 22 seconds? So we triggered our new upgrade, which allows us for 30 extra seconds to save the situation. We'll be trying that. You can see also every, I guess, 15 seconds we might lose more villagers. So we're like... I don't know if we're... It's gonna be interesting now what happens. I'm glad that none of the harpies died here. Okay, that was a close one. Not gonna lie. That was like literally 1 second away from ending our run. But it didn't. So there's that. We lost a bunch of villagers, which we can probably replace. The cornerstones are as helpful as ever. I guess we will decline again. Now we will be accepting new villagers, as you might have noticed. We are lacking a bunch of workers. So the cook, yeah, sure. Let's have another cook here. The woodcutter is gone. Have apparently a bunch of beavers that can deal with the wood cutting. Harpy druid is gone, and some lizard craftman is gone. We have all okay, and the lizard firekeeper is also gone. Luckily, we could replace them all. Light rotists are still there, so we survived for now. We have 3 out of 5 reputation points. The next trader will be coming. Well, they do have tools potentially, but it's gonna take some time before they get here. We cannot really rely on them getting here. What would be nice is just to gain another reputation point from high resolve. But we are at level 6 hostility, so it will be trickier and trickier to achieve. Whew. Anyone else felt that pressure? I mean, like, wow. We'll just trade away some tea. And just like getting the resolve high. We don't have a jerky recipe for the lizards. It'd be nice to grab this pickled goods recipe from somewhere. If we don't get like the service buildings. But I don't think like this high resolve will be our like the right way to go when it comes to how we can win this one. So we can open up like this small abandoned cache for half a reputation point, and since we're missing like 0.1, this will actually kick us to the next recipe, which could be a recipe that kicks us even further. But basically our timer is, well, it's like the next storm will wipe us out. That's the gist of it. So how about you, lizards? Why don't you want to kind of like give us enough reputation or resolve to give us the points, you know? So the pickled goods would be good for 2 species actually. Wait, did they already? Okay, they're doing the thing. They're doing the thing. They're opening the small abandoned cache. And okay, question. If we prefer the lizards, how much are we missing from high resolve? There's one option that we could have is, okay, we're also missing. Need to use wood for burning at the hearth as well. So we're missing a bunch. And it's, I guess it's all because of the hostility of the forest. So it's negative 12. If we were to just sacrifice some wood for a while. No, that's not the right place. 21. Even with maximum sacrifices, we will not make it there. So we need one more, like, ingredient in this setup. Now, how is it going with the... Wait. Okay, you're dealing with the small abandoned cache, right? 24 seconds remaining. They're like well hidden behind the trees, so it's hard to see them. Okay, 5 seconds and we'll get another recipe. Thank you. And we do get access to the tavern, which will give us 3 more global resolve. I will take it, why not? It's the only service building we've had access to so far. And we might even give it a go and check if we can get like the services needs fulfilled, so that we don't actually get like our citizens killed when the storm comes here. Okay, so please build it. We do have enough planks, enough bricks, and enough fabric. So it should go up relatively quickly. And these 3 reputation points, well, 3 resolve might be just enough to kick our lizards into reputation gaining mode. So they're bringing all kinds of stuff here. We have 3 available builders. We will gain access to, what was it? Beer and luxuries. Don't have any of them in the storage, so that's not gonna be a factor. But beer would be good for the beavers, luxuries also for the beavers. This is a very beaver specific building. Why are lizards all of a sudden so unhappy? Because they lost access to woods, maybe? Yeah, we don't have enough going on regarding the leather and stuff. But at least we'll get 3 extra resolve from the tavern. A new season is here. Check our trade options, so we can trade away some dye, which we are running low on, and pottery, which we again don't have much of. So 3 harpies will go here. Now my question is, maybe harpies can bring us some fame and fortune. Seems like they will be willing to give us at least a little bit of reputation. But 5 is far-fetched, you know. That's not how far the harpies will go in. And also, like, we cannot make anything here at the moment. The trader is 6 minutes away, which means they will be here after the storm. Not ideal. So since we'll be kind of going into the storm with not very high expectations of surviving it, why don't we just take a look around at the glades and just see what we can find behind this one, for example. Forbidden glade. What might get us above this barrier? Well, we can perhaps resolve another glade event. Yeah, I will be favoring these harpies as soon as I can. So at least some resolve will be gaining from them. We have 15 harpies. So 0.18 per minute. And we have 2.5 minutes remaining. But they're like barely on the edge of giving us resolve, so it will not be too long while they'll be doing it. Citizens of this bronze Burrow are definitely concerned about their future. For a reason, I must say. Frightening visions. If we wanted to open this haunted smelter, we do have a choice for that. Okay, so can we get another reputation point from the harpies? I think they will give us like a 9.84 or something like that. Regarding the trading aspect, yeah, still no good. we could get some tools. We could open up the caches. Okay, we get the blood flower event. And this one doesn't give reputation, actually. But we do get another cache here, which would be lovely. 0.75 for 15 tools. Yeah, running a little bit out of ideas here. Small fishing hut is idle. Got it. So probably not good. Actually, is there any? There aren't any ponds here. So no suitable trees near the woodcutter camp. It's okay, we can fix this situation. Now, could we get some extra resolve if we sacrifice some wood? So we would probably sacrifice... Yeah, it would be relatively all of our wood. We'll switch to actually using the oil for the hearth. But we don't have a plan. This seal has definitely been kind of a learning lesson. So 98.85. So we're out of wood. 9.88 is where we got. And we will not be able to gather enough wood to just kind of get this extra resolve point before the end of the... Or before the storm starts. So 9.91 even. The harpies are still okay. They're like dwindling slowly, like 9.97. Now they're going into 14, which means we'll be going at... Can we get another? Okay, we got another resolve point. Yeah, but we'll stop preferring the harpies. Yeah, now at this point it's just like the conditions, this eerie song and this... Yeah, mostly this eerie song is something that will... Okay, the Plague of Death is also not going to be helping us much, because this will kill some of our villagers. We can at least grab the meat, right? So it seems like the end is inevitable. Everybody's resolve is slow. But this is just, I guess, a part of the game. Against the storm is not a very forgiving game. So we already lost a harpy waiter. They were weighing in the tavern, I see. So you can see, like, we're losing villagers one by one every 15 seconds or so. And even if we somehow got this 0... Actually, we already crossed the 10 barrier, so... Now we're getting into the territory where the next loss of the villager will end our run. And I don't think there's anything we can do to stop it from happening. So we have the 25-second timer ongoing. Now, theoretically, if we did have one more resolve to grab from the orders, we could use it just before the 15 seconds runs over. Just to kind of get through the storm, but there's so much left in the storm that even this, like, one save would still mean that villagers are dying. And it is unfortunate, but the first attempt at grabbing the bronze seal has not, well, ended in success. There were some learnings to take away from here. Probably we should have been a bit faster. But also just getting the reputation points seems very tricky. Probably saving some caches, some tools would help us with the second level of seal tasks. So let's go back to the world map. You can see that the season, or well, the storm season is over. The storm is here. So unfortunately, the bronze burrows did not make it. It is something that can happen in the game, and yeah, we experience it together. The important thing is not to give up, to use up all the resources you get. In this case, like we get food stockpiles, for example, unlock some more upgrades in the citadel, and come back stronger in the next run. So yeah, unfortunate, but thank you all for joining me on this journey. It does not always go successfully, even on Viceroy difficulty, and this was a good example to demonstrate this. Against the storm can be brutal. So thank you for watching. Until next time, see ya.